Welcome to today's tutorial on creating a relational database. I'm Sajjad and I assume you have already attended database design lectures and you are familiar with relational databases. So in this tutorial, we only focus on creating a relational database in Microsoft Access. And let's get started. Imagine someone comes to you and saying that I'm the owner of a movie rental company and I want you to design a database for me so I will be able to effectively manage my sales reports, movies information, all my members information and you accept to create that database for that person. So in this case, we should follow these three steps. First of all, we should design and create data tables, set primary and foreign keys. Then we should establish relationship between data tables, and at the end we should test it by creating a query. Here is the movie rental database design we are going to create. So basically, to create a relational database, we need to create several data tables. In this case, we're going to create these four tables. As you know, every table is known as an entity, and every entity has several attributes. For example, in this case, driving license table has three attributes. The first one is its primary key, and the relationship between these two tables is called one-to-one relationship because every member has one license ID and every license ID belongs to one member. And the second type of relationship is one-to-many relationship. In this case, every member can purchase many times, so that's why it's called one-to-many relationship. And in case of many-to-many relationship, we should use a junction table. As you can see, the relationship between membership and movies is called many-to-many relationship using junction table, which has two foreign keys. In case many members can purchase many movies and vice versa, that's why it's called many-to-many relationship. So let's create this data table, this database together in Microsoft Access. So simply open Microsoft Access and tap blank desktop database. Give a name to your database. For instance, movies database 2023 and create. Here, every object in Microsoft Access has two or more views, and every table has two views: datasheet view, which is used to enter data, and design view, which is used to edit our tables. So we tap design view, and here we're gonna give a name to this table based on our database design. The first table is driving license. Tap OK. So the first field, as you remember, is license ID. The data type for this table is other number. The second field is type of uh, type of our driving license. Here we should choose the data type lookup wizard. We want to have a drop down list for this uh, data type of our driving license, I mean. So we choose, I will type in the values that I want to use. Tap next. Here, as you know, there are several types of driving license. For instance, B1, B, or C. So just tap next and finish. And we just created the first table. We just close it and save it. Save the changes. So based on our design, the second table is membership table. So I'm gonna go to create tab and tap table, select design view and give a name for this table, membership. Tap OK. The first field is member ID. The data type for this field is auto number, so it gives automatically number to this field. The second one is the first name of that member. The data type is short text. Last name again, and here address, short text, for instance, phone number, we choose the data type number, pardon, and date of birth. Here we should choose the date and time, and here we should define the foreign key. Our foreign key, which is come from driving license table, is our foreign key here is license ID, and data type we should choose lookup wizard. We're gonna select the first item. We're going to get the values from another table, and we choose the table we're gonna get values from. Driving license, which field we're gonna choose? Driving license ID, we add it here and tap next, next, and next, and finish, and we save. So we just created the second table. So I'm gonna create the third table, which is movies table. I'm going to create tab, create table, tap create table. Here I select design view. I give a name to this table, movies. I mean, the first field is movie ID, movie name, genre. So for the type of data type of this field, we should choose lookup wizard. I will type in the values I want to use. Select this item. I'm gonna tap next, and here we have different types of movie. For example, comedy, family, horror, action. Just tap next, tap finish. So cost, how much does it cost? For this data type, we should choose currency, and we just created the third table. We close and save this table. Now we create the last table. I'm gonna go to create tables, select design views, give a name to this table, which is per purchase. The first field is purchase ID. The second one is a foreign key, comes from membership ID, membership table I mean. And here we should choose the data type lookup wizard. We want to get the values from another table, choose this item. We're gonna choose this item and tap next. Membership table, we're gonna get member ID to connect this table with purchase table. Just tap next and finish, save. And the second foreign key is movie ID. Again, choose lookup wizard, gets value from another table, movie table, movie ID, tab, save. And we just created the last table, which is purchase table. We just add another attribute, date of purchase. Save. So we created 4 tables. So before testing our database, we should enter data. For instance, driving license. We choose datasheet view to enter data. For instance, the first license ID type of license is B1, the second one is B, and the third one is type of license is C. We just save it and close it. For membership, we say that it's our first member name is Alex, his last name is Kent. For instance, address 88 George Street, phone number, date of birth, so driving license 1, this is a foreign key. Phone number, for instance, date of birth, driving license ID 2, and the third person is Jack. Aliwal Street. So we enter data for membership uh, table. Just close and save it. And here we should enter data for movies table as well. The first name is John Wick. Action. How much does it cost? £5, for instance. Nightmare. Type of movie, genre, order. For instance, £6. Still. Action. £3. And we save it. And here for purchase ID, we say member ID 1. Purchase movie ID 2, for instance, the day before yesterday. And here member ID 1, purchase movie ID 3, like at the beginning of May, and say member ID 2, purchase movie number 1 or movie ID 1 last month. So we entered data for all these 4 tables. Now it's time to establish relationship between these tables. So I'm gonna go to database tools, tap relationships, and here you can see our tables. So for instance, the relationship between membership and purchase, we double click on this line, we enforce integrity, and relation type is one to many. Just confirm it, and here again we enforce integrity and confirm it. The type of relationship is one to many again, and the table between the relationship between driving license and membership table should be 1 to 1, but here you see it's 1 to many. To change this one, we should go to membership table, design view, we choose that foreign key, and we're gonna go to index field properties. Here we choose yes, no, duplicates, and we save it, and we close this table, and here establish the relationship. Here is changed, as you see it's 1 to 1. We enforce integrity, and here you are, we just created relationship, established a relationship between these tables. So it's time to test it by creating a query. So I'm gonna go to create a query design. Here we bring all these tables, we bring in all these tables, so So I'm gonna test our relational database by creating a query. So I'm gonna go to create tab query design. Here I'll bring all in these tables. I bring in them here. So I put purchase ID here. I want to see under this purchase ID what kind of movies have been rented and by whom. For instance, member ID, first name, last name, license ID, movie name, movie ID, cost, and that's it. And here I want only set one criteria. I want to see member what kind of movies has been rented by member ID 1. So I set the criteria and I run the query, and here we can see the output of this query that shows our relational database works correctly. We see member ID 1 is Alex, his last name is Kent, and he has rented two movies, Nightmare and Man of Steel. And here even we can get a report for our query. We just go to create tab report here and we save our query, and we get we get a report for our query. Here is gives us a total cost of renting these two movies by Alex, which is £9. So that's all for today's tutorial. I hope you find this tutorial useful. Have a great time.